Trap Ninja, and I'm here spamming you guys with another video. But from now on, every time I get inspired, I'm just gonna make a video because there's just too many things that are inspiring me to make videos, and a lot of the times these ideas kind of been in my mind for a week or two. So if I don't do them, I'll just never be able to do them. So right now, I was on Live Me because one of my friends had Live Me and he put us on live one time, and I thought it was kind of cool the way all these people were watching him live, and he wasn't really anybody like he's he's let's just say he's not the most interesting guy in my group. We're not really friends anymore, but anyways, and so I got the app and I started making videos, and there's something that it makes me laugh, and I can't help noticing. Like, I don't know, I guess this probably the same way that people see girls probably see my beard, and they just say like no way. Is I would say short bald bearded guys are like the equivalent of ugly fat chicks. And one thing that I noticed, like, and you'll probably notice too if you download that app, Live Me. Comment down if you have Live Me or if you know what I'm talking about. Like, I wish I had more viewers so this can get around. I'll probably add it on my Instagram. But oh my god, it's like I I'm looking through these Live Me, and then so every channel has a profile pic, and the profile pic is always like it's a woman or a girl, and it's like you should almost like kind of, now I know why Ryan Seacrest was talking about how depending on the woman's pick is how is letting you know whether you should date her or not. Like, some of these women are really catfishing with these profile pics. Like, if you notice, like, well, Ryan Seacrest was saying that he never trusts his black and white photos, right? So we know that's a given. But there's also other little techniques that they use that are very, in my mind, deceitful. Like, they like putting these filters on, like a filter, this old one was the one of like blue eyes, and they'd kind of put like a flower around the girl's hair, so it'll make her look more pretty because it makes the skin lighter, and the eyes more sparkly, and the little things like that. So all these women are like taking profile pics with like these cat ears, or like these, it's like a little cat nose or like a dog nose over the face, and or like just like it's a very like specific type of angle, and then they kind of like do their hair and their makeup. It's like they get the most deceitful and what they believe is the best picture that they have, and then they post it up, and then I don't know why they do this, because like they know they're just gonna let the guys down by catfishing them that way. Like, they put up their little favorite pic where they're like, they do the little turn into the side, and put their ass on the bathroom sink, and their little like that, and then they got their little cat nose and cat ears, and so they got all these filters so you can't even really know what they look like. And then you click on the video, right, on their channel or whatever, on the Live Me thing, on their profile, and these women are ugly and fat. And not that I have anything particularly against fat people or ugly people, but it's when you're doing it as a woman, and who are you benefiting from putting these these fake pictures of yourself on the channel? Like, yeah, it's not fake because it's you, but it might as well be fake because of all the alterations you have done with it. and then you click on it, and it's like, and it says like overweight ugly woman, and it's like, and I would say this is 90% of the women that are on Live Me, and the only women who actually look good when you actually click on the profile and you see them live, there are only a few of them, and they're the most popular ones. That's why they have all the views. That's why they have all the diamonds. And even these women who are, they're pretty decent on live, like let's say skinny, pretty, right? Their profile pics are like over the top also. Like they're always in some type of bikini on the beach, or like wearing some type of skimpy outfit, and they're just like bending over or whatever. And then so they look really exciting on the picture, like you think, like, you think you're gonna be able to see these women in bikinis, right? Because I mean they're in a bikini. You figure, all right, she likes bikinis, maybe I'll click on here and she'll be live, and she'll be wearing a bikini, maybe dancing. But no, it's like a woman in a picture, and she's like in a bikini, right? And then you click on it and it's live, and she's just like all bundled up in a big old black sweater and a black cap, and just it's actually, that's why I'm thinking, it's like I'm just laughing at myself, and laughing to myself, thinking about how hilarious that is. And I there was another video that I wanted to make, but I never got an editing program, and I never had a nice computer setup. But another one where you can see this, where it's quite hilarious, where the women are so desperate and still ugly, is on Craigslist. I like how, like, it would be like a fat ugly chick, and then she'll say, "Oh, not looking for a one night stand, looking for a long term relationship, or like looking for a partner in crime." It's like, come on. You think a guy is gonna wanna hang out with your fat ass when they can go over there and just smash some decent chick and then just leave? Why would they wanna just? Oh my god! And then the fact that there is guys out there who actually like fall for it, and they're like begging these ugly chicks to just hang out with them. Like, if you've ever seen the show that it's out in England called First Date, you'll see what I'm talking about. These women are are super entitled, and not just in a almost, yeah, I would say almost like in a childlike way, where they go to on this date, and they expect the guy to pay. They're getting all these, they order all these expensive alcohol drinks, and if every and only like a couple of times, I believe 2 or 3 times, a guy has asked the woman to go Dutch on the meal, which is not a big deal, and it's something that I recommend every guy does. Going halves on a meal. I mean, even if you have to talk to the woman beforehand and say, "Hey, we're going Dutch beforehand," because these guys will kind of bring it up right when the check comes, and it's very awkward. The waitress gets involved indirectly, and then the woman makes a big old deal about it, and then they basically, they get so angry that they're not even willing to go on a second date with these guys, and these guys are actually willing to go on another date with these women, and just because the guy didn't pay, and then what's their excuse? Oh, I'm more traditional, old school, when we're, I like, and then this woman says, she goes, I'm like a traditional woman. She says, I like guys who hold the door open for me, pay for the meal. It's like those are two totally different things. Like holding the door and then paying for a meal are different things. But she expects this and puts it under the one category called traditionalism. I mean, um, I always like laughing at. I follow this guy XY Ghost. It's a MGTOW guy on Instagram. I never give him the credit he deserves, but I laugh at a couple of things he said. He goes, "Oh, you like traditionalism? Then how about you go in the kitchen and cook me a meal or something like that, right? Because that's the true traditionalism." Is that what they're talking about? No, of course they're not talking about that kind of traditionalism where they're staying at home and cooking the meal and washing the clothes. They're talking more about where they just where you should be so grateful to be in their presence that you have to pay for their meal, which is complete bullshit. And it's only because of the chance and our men's desire to sleep with these women and get into those pants, right? So that's why, once again, Tom Likas has not been right. He warns about taking these women on these trips where you think you're gonna bang them because, like in his situation where he took a woman on a cruise for a whole week and she didn't even give it up, and he's laying right next to her and she wasn't having any of it, right? And he just got fucked because he ended up being stuck on a cruise for 7 days with a woman who's not gonna give it up. So then he learned from that, and now he tells men, he says, you literally, well, not literally, but you almost have to, what is it, like intimidate the women, or he says, um, you almost have to, um, it's not threaten, it's more like, I forgot what it's called when you, but he said basically you have to basically get down to the nitty gritty and ask the woman and get down to brass tacks and ask the woman if or not you guys are going to have sex on this trip that you're taking her to, and it makes sense. You ask her beforehand if you're gonna go to, let's say, Mexico or wherever you like vacationing. You to let the woman know, look, are we gonna have sex on this trip? If not, I will not take you. And those are the kind of things you got to ask a woman beforehand. And those are a lot of things that some men feel uncomfortable um, confronting a woman on. And those are exactly the things that we have to do. Another thing is like, I want to talk about is like how when he had one episode saying how, or all these women were saying, oh, men are afraid. Men are afraid to be in a relationship. Men are afraid to say they're in love. And Tom Likas says, yeah, we should be afraid. um, being in a committed relationship with a woman is a very fearful thing, and a lot of people don't see it like that, you know. Even my mom tells me, she goes, "What are you afraid?" And I said, "Yes, I'm afraid of falling in love with a woman." And men shouldn't be afraid. They should be honest because that's a very scary thing. You can lose a lot of things. You can get off track in life. You can, suicide, depression. All these different things. You can end up in jail from a bad relationship. So yes, we should. We are afraid. Men are afraid to say "I love you" to a woman, and they should be. And no man should ever even have to say "I love you" to a woman. That's how crazy it's getting nowadays. Or these are the type of ideologies that'll keep you safe. And so I kind of run out of things to say, but once I get inspired again, I'll make another video, guys. Thanks for watching. My Instagram is became gone, BACAMEGONE, one word, no space. Just follow me because I might start like posting up MGTOW posts, and so just thanks for watching, and subscribe if you like, give it a thumbs up, comment down below. I'll answer any comment you guys say, and just keep going your own way. MGTOW, Tribe Ninja out.